For more reaction to the RNC, let's bring in Minnesota's Democratic Governor, Tim Walz. He is a Biden surrogate who also serves as a chair of the Democratic Governors Association. Great to have you with us, Governor Walz. Yesterday, the RNC portrayed a massive display of unity within the Republican Party, fully endorsing their tickets. Are you buying this? Are you confident that Democrats, particularly those who've cast doubts on Biden's electability, will be able to come together and stand behind him next month in a similar fashion?
Look, we're a big party. We don't all wear red hats and check our dignity at the door and bend the knee as they did last night. Really interesting of folks who their criticisms are now falling in line. Look, we are a broad party, and that's because we represent the broad swath of America. I think when you see the folks coming in there last night, these are governors too, they know that it was Joe Biden that delivered on infrastructure, delivered on jobs, delivered on an economy that's thriving while the rest of the world's still struggling with that. So yes, we'll unify around that. But look, I never want to be part of a party that goes in lockstep, that bends the knee, that changes the narrative, that wants alternative facts, that tries to dismiss January 6th. That's not who we are. So we'll debate things, we'll talk together, but we'll unify around President Biden. We know that he can deliver. He has delivered. He's got a record to prove it.
And despite you saying Democrats will unify around Biden, there are cracks. There are doubts that the party will actually come out to vote for him in November. In fact, there's a new Politico report out this morning showing other Democrats are polling above President Biden. How, then, do you think the president can ameliorate that?
Yeah, look, again, it's the record's one thing, but you're going to see tonight, you're going to see the most extremist person take the stage in J.D. Vance, trying to tell you that he's a small town guy. I grew up in a town of 400. We didn't go to Yale and become part of Skull and Bones. We went to public schools and became teachers, things like that. But this is a guy that wants to outlaw abortion in every case, tells us that the biggest financial issue we have is Social Security so they can gut it. Someone who doesn't care about the delivery of health care. We're going to unify around the issues that bind us together. That's a more equitable country. That's one that deals with climate change, one that understands being part of NATO makes us stronger and makes America more peaceful. Those are all the things that are going to unify us together. And again, the debate about this, President Biden's admitted, he had a terrible debate. He needs to do better. He's getting out there. But look, the threat that we see from these folks who come in, bend the knee, talk about things that unfettered presidential power. Joe Biden's Justice Department's fine to convict a Democratic senator and his own son because no one's above the law. That'll unify us.
Governor, let's speak a bit more about the vice presidents here. Current Vice President Kamala Harris has tentatively agreed to a VP debate hosted by CBS News, but she has this new video out criticizing Vance. Let's share a clip with our viewers.
Trump looked for someone he knew would be a rubber stamp for his extreme agenda, and make no mistake, J.D. Vance will be loyal only to Trump, not to our country. And unlike Mike Pence, Vance said he would have carried out Trump's plan to overturn the 2020 election.
Governor, is that the critical point for Harris to highlight as she contrasts with Vance, his stance on January 6th?
Yeah, I think so. And I'm going to take offense with J.D. Vance on hillbilly elegy. Look, those are my people or whatever. This narrative is derogatory towards who we are. This isn't about a cultural narrative. It's about people like J.D. Vance and venture capitalists who have destroyed rural America, who tried to make sure that we couldn't have good jobs, who were anti-union, anti-collective bargaining. And to make the case, J.D. Vance said it. On January, he would have certified Donald Trump against us. He's an election denier. That is a lie. That is an absolute proven lie. And so you've got a guy here who will do or say whatever he wants to try and move into power. So, yeah, she's exactly right about this. She's exactly right to criticize him. Exactly right to say this is not who we need to be in the vice president's office. And now we're going to get the opportunity. They said this is an opportunity to showcase him to the world. You can bet we'll showcase him to the world, telling women they should stay in violent marriages, trying to outlaw IVF. What does J.D. Vance have against my family? My wife and I wouldn't have children if J.D. Vance had that. And I'll tell you, if in hillbilly elegy, one of the founding principles around small towns, why they work so well, is not prejudice and closed-mindedness. It's mind your own damn business. And he needs to stay out of ours. Quit banning books. Quit telling women what they can do. So, yeah, I want to see the vice president take that to him. It'll be instructive.
Governor Walz not holding back. Thanks for joining us on CBS News today.
Thank you.
And a quick reminder, we've got complete coverage of the Republican National Convention all week long. Special coverage begins on America Decides tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern.